G'day everybody, I'm Type 40 Artist and today I'm going to be drawing some Doctor Who. So I've just finished Series 12. It was great to watch. There was some highlights, some not so great moments as well. But today I'm going to be drawing a screenshot from each episode. So the first one obviously is from Spyfall. It's not one that I was totally happy with how it turned out. The episode was great, but the drawing, not so much. Had some trouble with getting the Doctor right in this one, and quite honestly, I didn't even try with the character in the background. I think it's Yaz in the background. But the later ones do get a fair bit better than this. This is, we'll consider this one a warm-up. So this is another one that was a challenge for me, but I expected it to be a challenge because I chose it specifically because it looked challenging and I wanted to try some more unusual face expressions rather than just the usual blank face or smiling or in the past I've drawn some very easy faces. So I wanted to try an expression that is a little bit more challenging, which I think this was. I think I did pretty well with it. There's obviously a few areas that I think that could be improved on, but yeah, tell me what you guys think of it. So this is a drawing that I am really happy with. Not so happy with the episode for various reasons, mainly just the preachy monologue at the end. Without that, it would have been a much better episode, I think, and would have got the message across just the same. But nonetheless, the drawing I'm really happy with. I think it turned out really well. It was a little bit easier than drawing the likeness of a person because it's not normal human anatomy. So if I made a mistake anatomy wise, it's very hard to even tell. The normal, I wouldn't pick that up unless you were looking directly at the reference. That's what I think anyway. But yeah, the drawing itself I think turned out really well and really happy with it. Looks really gruesome and does the monster more justice than the episode gave it, I think. So yeah, this is the monster from episode 3. So moving on to another episode that I thought was really good. The monster in it wasn't as great as the episode, but it did really good job of portraying Nikola Tesla and Thomas Edison in ways that they hadn't usually been portrayed in the past, whereas it is, from what I understand, fairly accurate to history that Thomas Edison was in that character and Nikola Tesla was had done a lot of things that he just didn't get credit for. So it was nice to see that as well. But in the picture, think I've done really well on this one as well. Captured a really good likeness of the actor playing Nikola Tesla, and the scene I'm really happy with as well. It was just a few simple effects in Procreate, but it turned out really well in the background. Really liking the way this one turned out. It's probably one of my favourites. Do leave a comment in the comments what is your favourite. But now we will be moving on to episode 5. So this is with the Judoon. As usual, I had a much easier time drawing the Judoon than I did the Doctor. Again, I think it's partially because anatomy you can be forgiven for with a monster creature, but anatomy for a human, everybody picks up what's wrong, especially when you're trying to capture a specific likeness. So I did spend a little bit more time on the Doctor trying to get that likeness. This is probably one that I spent more time on for the Doctor than anything else. In later ones, I didn't try quite as hard, mainly because I was a little bit over it. I think I'm going to draw the Doctor one more time though, so this one, it did turn out well in the end. It took a long time to get there. There's still a few things that I would have liked to fix, but I think I was fixated on focusing on a few other aspects. But, tell me what you guys think in the comments for this one as well. Personally, I think the Judoon turned out really well. The Doctor maybe a little bit flat, but let me know what you think. So this is the third picture of the Doctor that I've done, where, as you can see, the likeness isn't quite there. I did try to get it a little bit, but then got over it really quickly. And I think that it's probably a little bit of a cop-out that the face is mainly masked in shadow, but it also doesn't help it either because it just takes the likeness away a little bit more. Overall, I think I could have put a little bit more effort into this one. There's some issues with the hands. The TARDIS is a little bit messy, but on to the next one, which I am pretty happy with how it turned out. I think that this one I've really able to capture the likeness of him. It does get better than what it looks like here because I've squished a few things to try to get things into perspective, but that all does change and gets a lot better. Also put a fair bit more effort into the background for this one. So I think the background turned out really well as well. So yeah, for me, for favourites, it's toss-up between this one and the Tesla drawing. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments. So this one I think speaks for itself. I really don't like how it turned out very well. It's another example of me just not being able to draw women. I think this one was particularly challenging. I think I chose a very challenging scene, very challenging composition, and yeah, it's really Yaz's face that's just not coming out though. It was very hard, especially with the way that her hair was tied up, to make her look Indian rather than African. But yeah, that is what it is. So going on to the next one. So this is the second last one. And I wanted to draw Graham because he is one of my favourites of the last two seasons. Mainly due to the dialogue that's given to him, but he delivers it in such a great way as well. Really great character, and hoping he stays around for a little bit longer than what's rumoured. But yeah, this one's a fine drawing. There's still some aspects there that I would have liked to improve on, but overall it's much better than the drawings of the women that I've done, so that's a bonus. Really didn't put much effort into the background on this one. The picture that I've shown didn't have much of a background either, but yeah, it's just a okay drawing of Graham, I think. And now, spoiler alert, we have the Cyber Time Lords. Is that what they call them? I think so. Anyway, the picture itself came out okay. I immediately regretted the subject matter when it got to that headdress because that had a lot to it. But in terms of the episode itself, I did enjoy it for the most part. But I think that, spoiler alert again, the Doctor being the timeless child wasn't a great choice. I don't care about the implications going forward. I think that's fine. It will just, it can just essentially either enhance the story or be ignored, either way. But I think from a story perspective, I think it would have been much better for the Master to be the timeless child, or even for there to be two timeless children and the Master and the Doctor being them. I just think it would have given the Master a lot more reason to be angry, and just added to his whole reasoning for being nuts. Not that he really needs much more reason for that, but yeah, that's just my thoughts on the episode. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you liked even one of these pictures, I think you should hit that thumbs up button, and definitely don't forget to subscribe.